attentions turn to the Champions League on Tuesday when Arsenal go to take on Slavia Prague. They haven't started well, Slavia Prague. You would expect changes and you'd expect another win, wouldn't you, Curtis?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at their results. I think they've drawn 2 and lost 1. They lost to Inter 3-0. They drew with Bodo Glimt. And they drew with Atalanta, which ain't a bad result. So they're obviously not too bad defensively. But you'd expect us to go there and beat them. Be interesting. Zubamendi suspended for this game with a yellow card. So the dynamics of the midfield, does he just put Norgard in there? Does he put Marino in there? I'm a little bit concerned about this game because Rice is 1 yellow card away from a suspension. And we've got Bayern Munich in the next game. So he needs to tread carefully in this game. You don't want to be playing Bayern Munich with no Rice.
Would you leave him out?
I mean, but then that is the one area of the pitch I don't think our cover is actually that good when we talk about our squad depth. After Rice and Zubamendi, Norgard and Marino doesn't give me great confidence if they were in the team for a long period. But has he got the discipline to just not really put a tackle in? You're playing. What would you guys do? Would you leave Rice out?
No, I don't think you can. Don't think you can for this one because I've got Marino up top.
I'd leave Rice out.
Yeah,
I'd leave Rice out. You want him for that Bayern Munich game, man. That Bayern Munich game's important. You know how easy it is to pick up yellow cards in Europe. Yeah. So he's got to just nudge someone. And if you get the wrong ref, them just run over and just dash it. I'd leave Rice out. I'd leave him out, man. I think we should have enough with, Norgard. He's played a couple of games now. He's start with obviously there's no Zubamendi anyway because he would have been injured probably anyway. So give him a full rest. But yeah, I'd go Norgard. I mean, interesting. Give us your 11s then, Jack. Start with you. Give us your 11.
I mean, I was going to go pretty similar to Brighton, to be honest. I don't think Slavia Prague are a way better team than Brighton. I'd
8 changes. Would you make as many as that for a Champions League?
I'd keep Raya in goal just for the consistency. Yeah. I wouldn't put Kepa in. The back line, I'd be happy to have Mosquera and Hincapié back in. I thought they looked all right at Brighton. Obviously, I think we mentioned Mosquera had a few moments, but it'd be good to have them in. I'd change the fullbacks again. Ben White for Timber. Give Timber that rest. Left back, Mars Lewis Skelly in for Calafiori. Midfield, yeah, I get the issue here. I would have liked to start Declan Rice, but I think it's more important to have him available for Bayern. And like Robbie said, I think the yellow cards in the Champions League are a different breed to the Prem. So we can't count on him being perfect for 90 minutes, especially quite a physical team. I'd go with Norgard, Marino and Wanyeri personally in midfield. Not the most exciting, but I think it's good enough to get a job done against Slavia. Left, I'd put Eze. Up front, that's where it gets sticky, but I'd probably keep Gyökeres. I think the only reason he went off was a concussion sub. From what I'm seeing, he got an elbow to the face, but he looked pretty good at full time. I saw him laughing about Trossard. So he got a rest the other week, so he should be fit for this. I'd go Eze, Gyökeres, and is Daumann in the Champions League? Is it too soon? I don't know.
He's back at school.
Yeah.
Half term's finished.
Yeah, half term's finished. They might not let him out, but he looked good against Brighton. So I think Brighton are a decent team. So why not? If his mum lets him, let's start him. Right wing, Max Daumann. I've got to rep my boy.
Do you know what? I like that. I just don't know if I'd make it. I don't think Arteta will make that many changes in the Champions League. I think he'll look at that.
I'd make loads of changes.
What's yours?
I would make a lot, but I just don't know if Arteta will look at like 8-9 changes, man. I think he'll feel like an away game in Europe, Bayern Munich next. They've just drawn away with Atalanta as well, Prague. So they've obviously got a little bit of defensive nous about that. I agree with you. I think Hincapié and people like that would definitely play them. I'm comfortable bringing them in. Obviously, if Gyökeres is fit, that's an interesting one. Because if he's not, then you have got to put Marino up top. Wanyeri definitely, for me, needs to start. I think we need to put a bit more trust in him as well. Whether you play him in the 10. And then Martinelli, that one, he hasn't really said a lot about that injury, has he? Which always worries me a little bit. He's not available. Why is it? Oh, no. But yeah, he's very, very coy on that one. So, but I do think he'll make changes, but maybe not as many as the Brighton game.
I'll play Kepa and goal.
Would you?
Yeah, I would. I think he was really good the other day. I got White, Mascara, Kepa, and Miles Lewis-Skelly. I'd play Rice if I go along with it. If Gyökeres is fit, then I wouldn't. But I think you've got to play Marino up top. Eze, I've got Dalman in, and I'm going Norgard, Rice, and Wanyeri. I think that, listen, the likes of White and Norgard, they need games. They need, you know what I mean, like. And I think that he got a game on Wednesday. I thought he got better as the game went on, Norgard. But I think it's just lack of minutes which is not helping him at this moment in time. So I think it's vital that he gets some real minutes now. So it's, you know, do you remember at the beginning of the season he was injured, wasn't he? Like, you know, so I think that he needs it. White definitely does, and I think that the likes of Trossard, I thought Trossard, by the way, worked really, really hard yesterday. Like, you know, that they're important for sadly for me. I think the Sunderland game is such a big game. You know, and if there's any doubt on Gyökeres, I'm not risking him, you know, because I know there was a drop off yesterday and all that, but I think you could see yesterday how important he is to us. And that Sunderland game, I think, is more. Sorry, guys, for me, Sunderland is much bigger than this game in my eyes. You know what I mean? So I would make a lot of changes.
I'd make changes, but I wouldn't go mad. I'd have a mixture. I wouldn't go like Carabao Cup changes. You know what I mean? I think, you know, because remember in that Carabao Cup too, you say they're not as good as Brighton, but Brighton made a lot of changes as well, right? So for me, I'd go a mixture. I'd probably still keep Gabriel, for instance, in this game. I'd have Ben White in for Timber. I'd have Miles Lewis-Skelly in for Calafiori, but I'd probably have Gabriel and Mosquera at the back. I want to keep that solid. Right, I'd leave out Rice just because he's on that yellow card, right? So I'd have Norgard, Marino, and Eze. And Wanyeri in the midfield, and then I'd have Eze on the left. I'll probably go down the middle with Trossard, and then Saka on the right hand side. To me, Saka, you know, I think he's fit now. He came on the other day. He just had a bad game yesterday, in my opinion. He came on during the week and scored. And I just think you need a mixture. And then on the bench, I'd have some, you know, pretty strong players as well. The one thing to be learned is look at Liverpool last week when they went with all kids and that on the bench and they had nothing to respond to if things are going wrong. And, you know, the good thing about that Sunderland game is that we've got our game on Tuesday in Prague, but they also play on Monday night. So they don't have a mega, you know what I mean? It's not like they've got, you know, like we've just played on a Thursday or Wednesday and they got to, you know what I mean? It's similar sort of times to sort of, you know, be in training, etc. So, but I think, you know, let's get that win. You know, it's important that we keep winning. It's important that, you know, in that Champions League, we keep that momentum going because we don't want to get into a situation of qualifiers and stuff like that. And those winnable games, we've got to make sure we win them because that Bayern Munich game is going to be a really tough game. They ain't lost a game yet in their league, and they're looking good. So we definitely need to make sure we got Rice for that game. So I wouldn't be starting with Rice for sure. Let's take a look. You know, let's get some predictions on that. And also, let's take a look at the prediction table. I know Lee's been waiting for this all show.
What a week he's had.
Yeah.
Had a good week.
Here we go. There's the table. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Lee on 8 points. Jack 6 points. So both of them got the exact result right. Which was they both went for 2-0, which like you were saying, Kurt, it's almost like the go-to score now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Arsenal team. And me and Curtis are both there on 4 points, but a little bit of a lead for Lee at the top. He's extended his lead at the top.
Well, the thing is now we're under pressure because whatever Lee says, you almost don't want to say that because you need to catch him up. So if he says 2-0, I'm screwed for this Slavia Prague game.
Guess what I'm going to go with?
So you start off, Lee.
0-2.
Sorry.
All right, Jack, you're next.
I was gonna go with it, but I copied you last week to sort of catch up with you, but now I've got to overtake you. So I'm gonna go 3-0. Why not 3-0?
Oh man,
Nice.
Under all sorts of pressure here, man. I'm gonna go 1-0.
Ooh, I was thinking of that, Curtis. I was thinking of that.
We're under pressure, man. I actually don't think it will be 1-0, but I'm just gonna go for 1-0. Maybe we make changes.
All right, I'll go 3-0 then. Got her in. I ain't got much choice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for 3-0. 3-0 to the Arsenal. Oh, this guy. I mean,
he wins 2-0. We're cooked already, aren't we? You know what I mean? Someone should have matched him up 2-0 as well.
He's got that little star there and all that. You know what I mean? He's feeling good about himself. You know. Yeah. Okay. But game on Tuesday night. We're off there tomorrow, Lee. I'm looking forward to it, Prague.
I am looking forward to it. It'll be a good trip. Never been there before, Prague, so I'm really looking forward to it. Like, you know, so apparently it's going to be cold with me cold as well. I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward. To be honest, I'm looking forward to every Arsenal game in a minute. As soon as that game finished yesterday, I was buzzing for Prague, and I'll be looking forward to Sunderland. Maybe not the drive, but certainly getting up there and watching the Arsenal. It's very enjoyable watching Arsenal at the moment. Like, you know, so looking forward to it.
Okay.